5 less obvious signs that he's only using you, he doesn't like you, or see a future with you. Love is a beautiful thing, but most of the time we get tangled up with men who choose not to see our worth or men who are just with us to use us. While there are some obvious signs that they're seriously only using you, examples being you're the only one who initiates conversations, you're always the one who plans for all the dates, you literally throw yourself on him for a chance to get some attention. And then there are the other ones, which I'll be mentioning during the course of this video, the less obvious ones. With the dating game changing and everyone learning the tricks of the other gender, men might show up differently in hope that you'll not read out the signs. This makes it harder for you to draw out the correct judgment on whether the guy is just using you or if he really sees a future with you, and especially when you're already infatuated with the guy in question. Hello and welcome to Unpopular Opinions Worldwide, and today I'll be sharing with you 5 not so obvious signs that the man you're with doesn't see a future with you, and as sad as that might sound, he's just using you for sex, plain and simple. When you're dating, keep in mind of the obvious yet overlooked fact that not all men in the dating field want to be in a relationship, and the worst thing is not all of them will disclose this fact. Be careful not to get caught up with a man who's not fully ready to commit to you if that's what you're looking for. Stop ignoring the signs, stop ignoring your gut feeling. Just because you seriously want a relationship with that man to work doesn't mean he'll see it from your point of view. You need to stop holding on to the one green flag and start noticing the other 99 red flags he's showing you. Use your senses to date and let the heart stay away for a while until you are completely sure that there is a relationship which involves both of you. In this video, I'm gonna tell you the 5 obvious signs that we all know of, and then I'm gonna compare them with the signs which are not so obvious. So let's dive into this not so obvious signs you should start watching out. Number 1. The obvious sign that he's only interested in sex will be you are the one who's always making the plans, picking the restaurants, asking him if he wants to go out. The less obvious sign will be yes, he makes plans to take you out, yet he cancels them and gives a reason why you should meet at his place. It doesn't matter that he's tired, has a work thing, or he's running late. Just because he makes plans to take you out shouldn't cover up the fact that he ends up changing it to his or your house. That's a clear sign. If it's always ending up with both of you meeting at his place or your place, it shows a guy who's only putting minimum effort and he doesn't necessarily see a future with you. So, instead of falling for his excuses why the dates don't pan out, have some self-respect for yourself, and just know this is not for you. And the other thing is these guys who turn into chefs. No, I'm not going to be an easy target. I'm not going to allow you to use me. Be the master chef, it's okay, but do that when you are exclusive. I can honestly wait. Tell him, let him know, I'll wait for us to be exclusive, then you can be the master chef. You can cook for us wherever you want. So be very firm on that. Don't be an easy target. Don't allow him to use you. Number 2, he hasn't cancelled. Good for him. At least you are moving forward, yeah? And it's also good for you. But when he shows up for the dates, is he really there, or he's just waiting for the date to be over so that he can take you back to his place? You can feel, as a woman, you can feel when a man wants to be with you, and you can tell when he's just doing this for the sake of doing it, so that it's less of a hassle when he wants to sleep with you later that night. Read that sign. Read that sign of him silently saying, "Hi, I did my best. I did the best I could considering this woman is not my girlfriend, so now it's time to get out and give me the cookie. If a guy is seriously into you, he'll be present. He will seriously pay attention to you. He'll want to know more about you, not just jump on you, let me take you to the bed any chance I can. He'll want to know what keeps you going. What do you love? What is that thing that interests you the most? So look out for that sign. And how many times have you asked him, hello, are you still listening during a date? If that has happened to you, know that that guy is not paying attention to you. He doesn't want to know more about you because he doesn't see a future with you. He doesn't want to invest in your emotions because he knows at the end of it, I just want sex and I'm out. So don't be deceived. Just because he plans those dates, just because he shows up for the dates, that's only a bare minimum, and it's time we start reading in between the lines as ladies. Number 3. Selfishness. Well, the obvious sign of a man who doesn't value you, a man who's just using you for sex, will be a man who's seriously selfish financially. But what is the less obvious sign? When a guy doesn't see a future with you, when he doesn't like you the way you want, he'll not see the need to put effort in the bedroom for you. Look at your intimacy. How is it? Is it the type that gets up immediately when he's done? Always wanting you to go down on him but never returns the favor? Does he care to know what you like in bed? Does he offer any cuddling, any pillow talks, or it's just release and bye-bye? Is it always about his needs and his desires over yours? Does he consider and question how his bedroom skills and actions affect you? Truth is, if he doesn't see a future with you, then why should he be involved with making love to you the right way? After all, whatever is between the two of you isn't going anywhere. He knows that. Analyze your intimate side. How is it? Is it one-sided? Is it all about him taking, and you giving, and not getting anything in return? Number 4. Yes, he talks about the future, but how? The clear sign that he's only using you and doesn't see a future with you is him not talking about the future at all. Him getting nervous whenever it's time to talk about the future. Always responding with the famous let's go with the flow. Does your man ever bring up conversations about the two of you moving in together? You can sense irritation when you ask significant questions, or the ones who have been in the game for long enough know how to change the topic when you ask significant questions by trying to charm you. Another sign you might miss is, yes, he's talking about the future, yeah? I know you're like, yeah, I heard that if a guy talks about the future, he wants it with you. But listen to him when he talks about the future. Are you there? Are you part of the future that he sees? If someone sees a future with you, you'll be part of that future. He can say, I see myself having kids in the future. That's different from, I see us having kids together one day. Those are totally different. Yes, he's talking about the future, but one involves you, the other one, it's just his future. So look out for that sign. Is it always me, or is it us, our future? Think about it. Now moving to the man that you met online. Number 5. Has he deleted his Tinder profile? 4 dates are the maximum dates you should go out with a guy whom you met on the internet, and that's been very generous. 4 dates are so generous. If he hasn't deleted his dating profile, then you know you're in for a long run of asking what are we, and no woman wants that. And probably it will not amount to anything. As a woman, if you have gone out on the first 3 dates and you feel super positive about the man you're seeing, but you realize that after the 3rd date, he still has an online dating profile, then that means he's on the edge about you. If you go out on the 4th date and he still has his Tinder profile or whatever site both of you met on, that is a clear indication that he is still hunting. It's a clear indication that he feels that he hasn't met the one. So you are wasting your time. You are not the woman he sees a future with. Guys know if you are a woman they see a future with. So when they don't want to delete their dating profile and claim it's a hassle to create a new one if things don't pan out after the 4th date, then it should be boy bye. Any other excuse for not deleting the dating profile is just a ploy to see if you're desperate enough to stick around. Don't be blind on the not so obvious signs. There will always be a guy who sees your worth on the 1st date. He will only use the 2nd and the 3rd date as confirmations, then ask for exclusivity. You don't have to wait for 3 months, 6 months, start stalking him to see if he still has his dating profile on. A man who's ready for you will show up and make that happen. I can't emphasize this enough. Ladies, you need to know your worth. You need to love yourself enough to let go of a man as soon as you see these signs. I know the hurt and discomfort you might start experiencing after you let him go will be so much, but trust me, it's going to save you from wasted years in the future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.